Greetings from Seoul, South Korea. I would like to thank President Rosa Park, Director Michelle Lee, and Korean American Foundation, Greater Washington, and the Korean American leaders of our Greater DC community for the Distinguished Korean American Leadership Award that I'm receiving on this very special day as we gather to commemorate 121 years of Korean immigration to America and the 19th Korean American Day. I'm very sorry that I'm not there in person to celebrate with a distinguished guest. I have to be in Seoul this week, but my heart is there with you, and I'm deeply humbled and honored to receive this award. Today, I would like to take a few minutes to talk about the film I produced, Beyond Utopia. I spent my entire career, several decades now, as a Korea analyst, first in the US government, and then in academia and the think tank world. But this film project, there was 5+ years of labor and love for all involved, is the most personally meaningful work that I have ever done. While working as a Korea watcher, I produced countless intelligence briefings, reports, op-eds, and gave congressional briefings and testimonies, primarily about North Korea. But with this project, I found there is nothing quite like a film as a medium in telling a story that really resonates with people in a very special way. When people talk about North Korea, they often cite dismaying statistics. Some 2 million people perished during the famine years of mid-1990s. There are some 120,000 North Koreans in political prison camps right now. China recently repatriated 600 North Korean refugees back to North Korea, knowing exactly what dire fate awaits them. And there are at least some 2,000 North Korean escapees that are sitting in Chinese prisons right now who will be next. But more than any statistic that we could cite, through specific personal stories like the ones that you will see in this film, we get to tell a larger story about the North Korean people. From working on this film, I have learned the more specific, the more universal. Specificity is what resonates. We've been getting such a warm reception from the audiences around the world, and we cannot be more grateful. The film has won many film festival awards and was just shortlisted for the Academy Awards as one of the best documentary feature film of this year. There are many ways to describe this film, but I believe that in the final analysis, it is about courage and resilience. Both qualities are exemplified by the Roh family in risking their lives to find freedom in an overland trek from North Korea to Thailand, in a mother's attempts to get her son out of North Korea, and in a South Korean pastor's efforts to help these North Korean refugees and many others. I hope that our film will raise awareness in the United States and around the world about the terrible plight of the North Korean people. When we talk about North Korea, we tend to talk about the weapons of mass destruction, WMD. Our film is a reminder that the most dangerous WMD of all is the Kim regime, and its biggest victims are the North Korean people. As a Korean American, nothing would make me more proud and happier than to see in our lifetime a free and unified Korea that is an ally of the United States. This is personal for me. All of my father's family came from North Korea. My paternal grandparents were lucky enough to be in the South when the Korean War broke out in 1950. But their parents, my great-grandparents, my great-grand-uncles and aunts and so on, the extended family, they were not so lucky. I spent my childhood hearing stories from my grandparents about their life in North Korea and about their family members that they had left behind. My grandparents eventually passed away without finding out what happened to their family members. I weep at the fate endured by my family and millions of other Korean families, people just like me. I want them to have the opportunities I've had or that 50 million South Koreans have. But while Beyond Utopia is specifically focused on the plight of the North Korean people, it also should serve as a more general reminder of how precious freedom is, how quickly and totally it can be lost. Those of us lucky enough to live in America or South Korea, we can get to experience freedom every day, but we can never take it for granted, and we must fight to preserve it. Thank you again for this honor. I am truly humbled and very grateful for this recognition. Thank you.